Hello students, welcome to Sitaram IAS tutorial. So in this video, we are going to continue the test series practice question. So 21st question is consider the following statements. First statement is the President of India can summon a session of Parliament at such places as he or she thinks fit. The second statement is the Constitution of India provides for 3 sessions of Parliament in a year, but it is not mandatory to conduct all the 3 sessions. Third statement is there is no minimum number of days that the Parliament is required to meet in a year. So here they asked to choose which of the following are correct. So here coming to the first statement, under Article 85, the President of India can summon a session of Parliament wherever he thinks fit. Okay, first statement is wrong. Correct. Okay, under Article 85, it is correct. And coming to second statement, Constitution of India does not provide any mandatory to conduct all the 3 sessions. Okay, it is not mandatory to conduct all the 3 sessions. So second statement is wrong. Coming to the third one, there is no minimum number of days that the Parliament is required to meet in a year. Yes, third statement is also correct. So only 1 and 3 statements are correct. Okay, so option C is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following statements regarding SMART PDS. See here, this SMART PDS scheme is launched in 2023 January month. This is very important because this one is the upgradation of the old PDS scheme. Okay, before in the public distribution scheme, free food will be provided in the ration shops at the lowest cost. Okay, so here because of the lack of technology in public distribution system, there was corruption, there was bogus ration cards, and many illegal acts would take place under this old PDS scheme. So to come up with the new initiatives and by reaching the new level of removing the hunger rate, this SMART PDS scheme was launched by India. Okay, so it is very important. So SMART full form is scheme for modernization and reforms through technology in public distribution system. Okay, so let's read the statements. First statement is it was launched to prevent leakage of food grains and to increase efficiency of the distribution chain. Second statement is it is launched under the Ministry of Agriculture. Third statement is smart ration cards with the beneficiaries fingerprint is provided. So here coming to this first statement, first, second and third, all these 3 statements are correct. Okay, so it was launched under the Ministry of, it is not under Ministry of Agriculture, it is under Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. Okay, so second statement is wrong. And yes, this SMART PDS is a new technological initiative that will reduce human intervention and promote automation in the existing process of PDS system. So first and third statements are correct. So option D is the answer. 23rd question, with respect to green hydrogen, consider the following. So first statement is green hydrogen is produced with the help of electrolysis through electricity generated from renewable sources of energy such as solar and wind. Second statement is an electric current then splits the water into hydrogen and oxygen. Next is third statement is this ensures no greenhouse gas emissions as the only byproduct of this process is oxygen, making it a great replacement for carbon emitting fuels. So all these statements are correct. Okay, so here option D is the answer. So on 5th July, International Conference on Green Hydrogen began in New Delhi. Okay, and yes, it is called green hydrogen because the energy is produced with using renewable sources like solar energy and wind energy. Okay, so option D is the answer for this. Coming to 24th question, consider the following statements. National Green Hydrogen Mission launched on 4th January 2023 aims to establish green hydrogen ecosystem in India. Second statement is green hydrogen can replace fossil fuels in sectors like refineries, fertilizers, steel and chemicals, aviation and shipping. Third statement is to discuss about the advances and upcoming technologies across the entire greenhouse value chain. Government of India has organized international conference on green hydrogen in 2023. So here also all these statements are correct. So greenhouse the conference, international conference on greenhouse is held in 2023 on from 5th July to 7th July. Okay, and green hydrogen, yes, automatically replaces fossil fuels, especially in the sectors like which generate more greenhouse gases like refineries, fertilizer sector, industries, steel and chemical industries, aviation and shipping. So this will be a replaceable thing for fossil fuels. And national hydrogen green hydrogen mission was launched on January 2023. So all these statements are correct. So option C is the answer. 25th question, a joint sitting of state legislature can take place under which of the following circumstances? Okay, so before reading these statements, is there any joint sitting for state legislature? Think of it. Yes, there is no joint sitting for a state legislature. Okay, only for parliament between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, if there is any disagreement, then only for them joint sitting is held. But for state legislature, whatever the state assembly decides, even if the council, legislative council accepts or rejects, the state assembly's decision will be the final. Okay, so here by carefully reading this question, we can answer it as option D. Okay, for state legislature, there is no joint sitting. So option D is answer. 26th question, consider the following statements regarding the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. First statement is Law Minister can represent the CAG in Parliament. Second statement is his salary and allowances are determined by the President. So which of the statements are correct? So here Comptroller and Auditor General. So Comptroller and Auditor General, he just audits the paid receipts. Okay, so this is about Comptroller and Auditor General, and yes, he audits the accounts after the expenditure is committed, and he will not be a member of Parliament, and he can be removed by the President as per the procedure. Okay, and here in Parliament, no minister can represent the CAG. Okay, so first statement is wrong, and the second statement is yes, the salary and allowances are determined by the President. Okay, so only second statement is correct. So option B is the correct answer. 27th question, with reference to the sessions of Parliament of India, consider the following statements. First statement is the Parliament must convene at least 2 sessions in a year. Second statement is the Parliament recession can be stressed or delayed to accommodate political and legislative exigencies. So here first you need to know the meaning of this exigencies. Exigencies is nothing but emergencies. Okay, so when there is a political emergency or when there is a legislative emergency, Parliament sessions can be delayed. Okay, so here see here the second statement is correct. So during emergency, when everybody when Indira Gandhi, when the court gave a judgment to Indira Gandhi to move away from the post of Prime Minister, she has implemented the emergency. So because of that, Parliament sessions got delayed. Okay, so by this we can think that due to political emergencies or legislative emergencies, the Parliament sessions can be delayed. Okay, and Yes, one more thing to learn over here is while writing prelims exam, if you didn't get anything, if you are not that perfect with the polity, or if you missed out some points, just remember few political instances like this. So during emergency, there were no parliament sessions, right? So because of that, because of political emergency, there were no parliament sessions. So you have to catch those things and you have to implement while writing prelims exam. So learning this technique is also very important. Okay, so the first statement is the parliament must convene at least 2 sessions in a year. So first statement is correct and the second statement is also correct. So option C is the answer. Coming to 28th question, consider the following statements with reference to the penal code, Indian Penal Code and CrPC. So Code of Criminal Procedure, CrPC means okay. Coming to the first statement, both IPC and CrPC were enacted before independence of India. Second statement is while IPC defines the criminal offences, CrPC states the procedure for undertaking criminal charge. Third statement is while the IPC is substantive law, CrPC is a procedural law. So now first, what is this substantive law and what is this procedural law? So here, substantive law is the set of laws that governs how the members of the society should behave. Okay, so Indian Penal Code tells how the criminal offenses should be undertaken or how we have to give punishment. Okay, yes, IPC, that is Indian Penal Code, is a substantive law. And coming to the CrPC, that is Code of Criminal Procedure, it is a procedural law. Now, what is this procedural law? Procedural law means the law that deals with procedures like evidence, execution of judgments, all those things. Okay, so CrPC undertakes procedures. The name itself says criminal procedure. Okay, it is a procedural law. Third statement is correct. Coming to the second one, while IPC defines criminal offences, CrPC states the procedure for undertaking criminal charge. Second statement is also correct. Coming to the first one, both IPC and CrPC were enacted before the independence of India. So here, IPC, Indian Penal Code, was enacted on 1860 and CrPC was enacted on 1974. One is before independence and one is after independence. So first statement is wrong. Okay, so only 2 and 3 statements are correct. So option B is the answer. 29th question, in India, which of the following provisions is not in line with idea of separation of power? Option A, judicial conduct of a judge cannot be discussed in parliament. Yes. Under Article 121, judicial conduct of a judge cannot be discussed in a parliament. Why? Because we have to respect separation of power. Okay. Next, option B, validity of proceedings in parliament and the legislature cannot be called into question in any court. Yes, under Article 122 and Article 212, validity of proceedings in parliament and legislature cannot be called into question in any court, respecting the separation of power. Okay, so option B will also not be matching the question. Coming to that option C, president or the governor shall not be answerable to any court for exercise and performance of the powers and duties of his office. So here under Article 361, this comes under Article 361. Okay, under Article 361, president or governor shall not be answerable to any court for the exercise and performance of the powers and duties of his office. This Article 361. This is Article 361. So this also respects the separation of power. Coming to option D, power of Supreme Court to pass such decree or make such order as is necessary for doing complete justice in any cause or matter pending before it. So here this simply states that Supreme Court has the right to decide on the matters of case. Okay, it has Under Article 142, the Supreme Court, uh, not involving in the trap of separation of power or anything, Supreme Court has the right to give judgments of its own. Okay, so even if the any MP or any member of parliament does wrong, Supreme Court can use this Article 142 and make its judgment. Okay, so this power of Supreme Court will not be included in separation of power. Okay, because in this Article 142, the Supreme Court is given more power than legislature or the executive. Okay, so option D will not be in line with the idea of separation of power. Okay, so option D will be the answer. 30th question, in India, who will be eligible to be in office up to 65 years of age? So, Chief Justice of India, Chairman of UPSC, Judge of High Court, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. So, all these four are given. So, actually, all these four have 65 years of age as a tenure period. Okay, so option B is a correct answer. So this is about today's practice questions. Thank you for watching.